Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Svenman and I serve as an instructional coach specializing in gifted education practices. Today I will discuss equitable identification practices and how schools can improve decision making when identifying students for gifted services. The need we are addressing is that some student populations continue to be underrepresented in gifted programs. Students from culturally, linguistically, and economically diverse backgrounds, as well as twice exceptional students, may be overlooked when identification relies too heavily on a single assessment score. The strategy I recommend is implementing a multiple criteria identification process. This approach uses multiple sources of information, including standardized assessments, teacher observations, student work samples, performance tasks, creativity measures, and family input to develop a more complete understanding of a student's abilities and potential. Research in gifted education supports using multiple criteria because giftedness can present differently across students and may not always be accurately reflected through traditional testing alone. The National Association for Gifted Children recommends identification systems that are equitable, reliable, and responsive to diverse learners. To implement this approach, teachers, administrators, and gifted program coordinators should collaborate to establish clear identification procedures. Teachers should receive training on recognizing characteristics of giftedness in diverse populations, and identification teams should review multiple data sources before making placement decisions. Schools should also regularly analyze identification data to ensure that all groups of students have equitable access to gifted services. I would also like to address 3 questions that you may have. First, should we stop using standardized assessments? No. Standardized assessments provide valuable information, but they should be one component of a larger identification process. Second, how can we identify gifted students who may not have the highest test scores? Educators should look for characteristics such as creativity, advanced reasoning, curiosity, problem-solving ability, and unique strengths demonstrated through multiple forms of evidence. Finally, how does this approach improve equity? Using multiple criteria helps reduce barriers by recognizing gifted potential in a broader range of students who may be missed through traditional identification methods. By using equitable identification practices, schools can create gifted programs that better reflect the diversity of their student populations and ensure that more students have access to opportunities that develop their strengths and talents. Thank you for your commitment to supporting all learners.